Oh, hey, we ain't like that. We start like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, yeah, because I'm gonna figure a way out of it.
It didn't used to do that.
I don't know why. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I tried to find an article that I sent. I got to find John Z, our Instagram. We're always in group chats.
Are we doing that?
I didn't have anything else.
Oh. I thought we were just gonna spitball off whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, we obviously. If I want to have at least one topic, I'd like to have at least one topic for tonight.
Okay.
No.
I'm just on it.
Where?
Yeah.
I don't remember a name.
Yeah, I can't find.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Why can I not find it now?
Dude, I don't know.
Because you're looking for it. That's why.
They erased our conversation to suppress the truth. Boy, they're all.
Yeah, I don't think that happened, but yeah.
Okay. I'll just Google it.
Goggle that thing.
I don't think that's it either. Oh man.
What was it dealing with?
It was this lady from history, but it was pretty wild.
Okay. That narrows it down.
Yeah, I know.
I was just trying to see if I could throw that out there and it like sparked something.
Was it Roxana? Olympias? No. Wow. It was post Alexander the Great.
Right.
Cleopatra was. Oh my God, Johnsy! I sent that to you on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if I didn't send it to Johnsy's World. Maybe I sent it to. Dude, this is Brandon Johns. Oh nope, that is not it either.
Who's that guy?
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Thank God. Dude, this is really bugging me because this, again, the story of this chick is unbelievable. And it's like, no one knows anything about it. Never even heard of this chick. And she had a bigger empire than Alexander the Great.
Really?
Yeah. For entertainment purposes.
Okay, let's see.
I got my popcorn ready. Let's roll it.
I know, man. I seriously need to put another big order in with Ken.
Yeah. Dang it. I should have grabbed a bag.
I got some. Oh, what do I have here? I got some crumbs and some.
You got some crumbs.
That's all right. Hey, I'll take it.
No, that's more than crumbs.
Yeah, I'd say that's buffalo cheddar too.
Your favorite.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Ken's corn. Oh yeah, that's money, dude. Dave, are you a history buff at all? Like in school, did you like history? You like?
Not really. I didn't indulge in that. You know, they say when you get 40 years old, you got two choices: you can learn barbecue or World War II. I chose barbecue. So
I never heard that, but I like it. Oh, well, these pieces at the bottom, they're just lathered in seasoning.
I was like, the crumbs is the best part.
You're right. There's a lot more crumbs in that bag. I'm kind of pissed it was back there the whole time.
Why? Otherwise, it'd already be gone.
True, you wouldn't have that little snack back.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a pleasant surprise. This is the best. Other than hanging out with my boys, second best part of my night.
True that.
Dude. Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh. I'm telling you.
No,
I
I found it. I found it.
Uh-huh.
It's just a lot of reading to even explain anything
What was her
to
name?
Tomaris. The legend of Queen Tomaris, queen of the Massagete.
Okay.
Massageti.
Queen what?
Tomaris. Tomyris.
She was killed Cirrus.
Yeah.
Yeah, she beat the Persian Empire and killed its founder, Cyrus the Great. Jesus.
Yeah. No, they brought her the head of Cyrus the Great.
Yeah, after her husband died, Cyrus offered to marry Tomyris in exchange for her kingdom, but she refused. Cyrus invaded the Maskate, and Tomyris led her people to victory. Tomyris found Cyrus's corpse after the battle, severed his head, and put it in a bag of blood, telling him, "Drink your fill of blood." Wow. She's a bad bitch. The story of Tomyris' revenge exemplified the Scythians as bloodthirsty and implacable, but also exotic and magnificent. Her legend has placed her alongside other famous women such as Eve, Cleopatra, and Venus. Okay, what's well Wikipedia say? Wikipedia is all.
So she inherited the power as a child, as his only child, but many tribal leaders were dissatisfied with the fact that they were guided by a woman, tried to overthrow her. Throughout her youth, Tomyris had been fighting for the right to lead the Massagete, whatever, and she proved it by her courage, valor, and devotion to her people. When
it's just funny.
When Tomyris learned about the attack of Syria, she ordered the Massagete to leave off to the steppe, whatever that is. Cyrus in turn decided to use military cunning to take over the power of the Massagete. He sent an envoy with a letter to the queen Tomyris. In his message, Cyrus praised her beauty and intelligence and proposed her so she would save her people from the bloody war. And then what Tony was saying.
So here's the mystery of it. Only one Greek historian, Herodotus of Halicarnassus, was the only one to ever document anything about this chick, because there's another Greek historian from that period, Ctesias, and never mentioned her in any of his writings. So interesting. Attack on history. There you go. So what sucks is like you're taking one dude's word for it, and I think that must be like why is only one dude talking about this chick? But apparently, when you beat the Persians with the empire you already had, that was a bigger kingdom than Alexander the Great ever had. But this is like 600 BC when all this was going on.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
The military can't. Okay, blah blah. So her son was in part of this Persian attachment, and Cyrus decided to use a trick. He ordered to set up a camp and to poison all the wounded and sick soldiers, ambushing with his good troops near the river. The Masagate, led by the son of Tomris, attacked the camp at night, found no resistance, and decided that the Persians fled. Celebrating the victory, they drank the poisoned wine left by the Persians. When most of the Masagate squad fell asleep, the Persians attacked and massacred almost the entire detachment. Son of Tomris was captured. When the queen heard about what happened to her son and the army, she sent a herald to Cyrus demanding to release her son since he was captured by trickery and not in battle of strengths. The Masagate queen sternly warned the Persian ruler, refuse, and I swear by the sun, the sovereign lord of the Masagate, bloodthirsty as you are, I will give you your fill of blood.
Oh, so when she cut off his head, she filled it back up with blood.
As soon as Tomris learned of her son's death, she had decided to attack the Persians. In the steppe was a battle in which the Masagate unleashed all of its might and fury on the Persian army. Cyrus was killed in this combat. Thomas ordered it, and then the bag of blood.
Hell yeah! Sounds like a vengeful mother. I can get on board.
So Thomas's victory over Cyrus became legend. For a long time, the Saka and the Masagate had secured their borders against the Persians. The Queen Thomas became a symbol of freedom and strength of the Saka and Masagate army.
Hell yeah. We can all agree that our wives, that if their sons got killed, that they would probably also cut off someone's head and pour a bag of blood down its throat. Right?
I mean, I would too.
I'm saying our wives would. If they were put in that situation, which pray to God that never happens, but and then some. But yeah, they'd have to get through us first. You know?
Oh, dude, I would do things that for sure I'm not going to say right now.
Yeah.
People would think differently about me.
People would think differently about me.
Huh?
Like, people would think differently about
They
me.
would, trust me, because Mo Bud just.
But I made a movie too.
What?
They made a movie about her too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I just thought it was interesting. Like, you know, like in school, like you hear about like Alexander the Great, you hear about Cleopatra, you hear about Napoleon Bonaparte, and you hear about all these conquerors and shit over the years. And then there was just this badass female, Tamiris, that just had a bigger kingdom than anybody. And it's like, who is this? So I just thought it was like a really cool thing to explore into. Because I had never heard about it, so I was generally fascinated.
Yeah, back in 2019.
Was the movie?
Yeah.
Called
The Legend of Tamiris.
Is there anybody like that we would know playing it, or is it on a streaming platform?
Yeah, I don't recognize any of these names. It says you can watch on Apple TV. It's got 64% Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh wow, that's not terrible.
And 6.2 out of 10.
It's 3 hours and 15 minutes long.
Whoa.
All right. Yeah, you might have.
That's a long one.
And it's got to be, it's not in English. There's no way this is English. I'm not trying to be mean about it, but these names are all from different countries, man. Like, it's got to be. Yeah, it's even directed by.
Yeah, it was subtitled out.
Konstantayev. Which is cool. Oh, it's languages: English, Russian, Kazakh,
Hmm.
Proto-Turkic language.
Man,
Budget.
that
Hey,
didn't age well either.
this will blow you away. The budget was only like $6.5 million for a 3-hour and 15-minute movie. That means there's probably a lot of dead space in it because they didn't have time to keep editing and cutting because they only had a $6.5 million budget. I watched Entourage. That movie's took 30s of millions of dollars back in 2005. I remember when they did, anyway. Terrible. If you understand Entourage, you get it was a funny reference. It's available on Tubi.
Hey, good shows on Tubi.
Old Tubi.
Roku, Amazon Prime. It's also available on Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you don't have to pay to watch it. Okay. I'm genuinely, I'm going to watch it.
It actually don't look terrible.
I mean, 60 Rotten Tomatoes is normally pretty spot on.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, 64%, like that's a pretty decent score. IMDb gave it a 6.2 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not, I mean, and 68% of Google users voted they liked this movie. So it's almost 7 out of 10 said they liked it. And it's a 3-hour movie. And it's really hard to find a good movie these days. So, yeah. Hopefully it's better than The Last Tsar, which was fantastic miniseries. But there's a lot of similarities going on right now with our society and what was going on.
Let's talk about some of those.
Yeah. Wow. How about let's talk about the decision making and the people finally just saying, fuck this. I mean, it was wild, man. Like to watch it all crumble in that documentary. And you almost kind of felt bad. They did a good job. You almost felt bad for how it all ended for the dude. I think he had shitty advisors. Nicholas II had the shittiest, which is our current people got shitty advisors. It's never what the president actually wants to do. It's what the cabinet decides. So the cabinet brought down.
Unless the president wants to send billions of dollars to a country that. Oh, what? Did I say a quiet part?
Just about.
Kind of. It was
Just about. It was just about out there. It was just about.
Ish. But no, but anyway, dude, that fall of the oligarchy was wild. Just how it all crumbled. And that's what I'm saying. There's that one big event that triggers everything. And just that one event, I feel like just luckily has not happened. But what's the event going to be that's catastrophic enough to get the dominoes to fall? Because once everyone's I'm telling you, it doesn't mean that the grass is greener. When there's a change, shit gets real, real tight, real. Yeah.
Very well. Yeah. I definitely know this.
Basically, the Russian people were the Bolsheviks were yeah, we won. And it's holy shit, we have no structure. We're poorer than ever. So.
What was that name again?
Bolsheviks.
Yeah. There's that name again.
What are we tying it to?
They had big problems in the Second World War than Bolsheviks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Leningrad to Stalingrad. Yeah, Stalingrad was originally the original Leningrad. I mean, they just changed the name of the president to Grad.
Well, there's
and I think
I don't know how far I could go into this one.
St. Petersburg, then it was Leningrad, then it was Stalingrad, and then I think it's back to St. That might not be right.
Well, there's been some documentaries that you can find them. They're out there, but they're not easy to find from World War II interviews. It paints a little bit of a different picture.
Of what? Russia?
Of everything.
Okay.
that you're taught, and that all these people who are in concentration camps or whatever, like all of them loved it and were totally fine with it under Hitler. But then the Bolsheviks became in charge, and all of a sudden people got tattooed and messed up and
I could get it. Yeah.
all kinds of crazy stuff.
Oh, well, and when they win the war like that, you could kind of change history in your peace treaty. Be like, yeah, it would. I can see the theory, which is my only thing. Like, I'm not going to buy into it and go all in on it all the time. But like, if I can see how it gets to that point, I'm just like, plausible theory. Plausible theory. Entertainment purposes only.
Again, for entertainment purposes only, I'm not sure how we call it a theory when there's actual video evidence of people saying it out loud with words from their mouth.
But you could take it like, were they supposed to say those things to cause mass confusion? Like, you don't know what
Ooh, now we're getting deep, bud. Now we're getting
I'm just
deep.
saying, like, there's just always life's like a lever. When you give up one lever, you pull back on the other. Like, it's always give and take. So
No, that's what they would have you believe.
no.
It's one or the other, when actually it's this third thing that they don't even let you know about.
Yeah, it's amazing what's probably out there that you don't know anything about. So that's a fact.
I mean, how about all of a sudden foggy and people are sick?
I had a feeling, allegedly, the theory of the chemical fog.
Bro, there is, and I mean, I sent it to you guys, the actual patent on it. Like, come on, bro.
Well, luckily,
and videos from all over the world.
Garage beer, safe from chemical fog since 2024.
Videos all over the place of people saying the same thing. This stuff smells weird. How come the fog's not burned off when the sun's been out for hours? You can't explain it. Get out of here.
It's 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. Bright as all get up. Still foggy.
I remember, like, that was the morning I survived. I drove from like Detroit airport through that snowstorm. Then when I get down into Ohio, it was like daylight and foggy, and I'm already calling this. I'm like, is it like foggy where? She goes, yeah, it was this morning, but it cleared out. And I'm like, nah, up here by Lake Erie, it's still very foggy, but it's like sunny out at 3 PM. Like, I remember telling her, I don't think I've ever seen this before. Like, man, I've never really seen 3 AM on a sunny day. I was like, literally, that's the whole fall fog works. Gotta wait for the sun to come up for the fog to go away. That's
one thing Kim and I kept saying is,
you know these things,
Yeah, Kim and I kept going, why does it smell so weird?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it smells so weird out here.
It's fascinating that, because here's the funny part.
Almost like a weird burn smell of some sort.
Well, and here's the weird part about it, that adds the plausibility of it, is you guys had the exact same symptoms on the exact same time on the exact opposite sides of the country. I got sick not too long after that, like the day or two after. We all did. It's just weird how everybody had the same symptoms so far away, all within proximity of when that event occurred. So
yeah, there was a lot of people that was sick though. That's the thing.
And
it
was all over TikTok and shit for days.
Yeah. But it was like everybody, I had friends, not just you guys, like there was friends all over that were out down and out. Like, talking to us like, oh God, we've been sick. Like, yeah, everybody has been. Let me guess, tired, fatigued. Yeah. Like, threw up one time and then like kind of had like diarrhea for a couple days. Like, yeah.
Had a really crazy fever and the worst chills I've ever had for one night. Me too. What?
I am marked safe from fevers and chills. None of us had that.
Yeah, Kim had fever. Like she broke his sweats a couple times, but no one.
But we were also sick.
My dad did. My dad got chills like I did, though.
Yeah, but we were also when I was already in Michigan after that happened, we were all kind of going through our own sickness. So I just think we had a lot of immunities built up from that last go round that we kind of got off pretty scot-free this time. I think we got lucky. We were just sick. But anyway, for entertainment purposes only, nice try. I don't want to say try harder because I know you will. I know you will. Allegedly, I think you will.
It's possible.
Anyway,
I just miss clouds.
Well, you don't see them out there anymore?
No, not real ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you. I think you still get them. I think. I don't know anymore. You guys.
Bro, it'll be clear AF, and then a straight crisscross pattern. All these planes. Boom, boom, boom,
yeah.
boom. All this patchwork, and then it's foggy and nasty the next couple of days. Get the frick out of here, bro.
No, we have real clouds out here.
Allegedly.
No, I think they've been this. Yeah, I don't know. If they're fake, then they're the fakest clouds since before I was born.
Okay.
Look at the patents, bro.
Johnsy just goes so hard in the paint. It's like you just like dangle a little carrot and he just like.
That's the problem. That's the problem when you open Pandora's box.
I'm the one dropping the carrots. Just all of a sudden, sometimes it's a huge one.
Yeah, he's just like we're just like yeah. It's like you're like walking. Next thing you know, there's like a Rottweiler behind you. You're like, oh shit!
Oh. Not a Rottweiler.
Yeah. Oh damn. I was going to say something else, but I forget what it was going to be.
That was Rottweilers.
Nah, damn Rottweiler got me out of sync, out of rhythm.
Did you get scared of it chasing you?
Well, I've been attacked twice in my life. I've been attacked twice by life in my dogs, and I got physical receipts in my body to show it. So, yeah, when I get around a dog that's bigger and it looks a little feisty, Tony's butthole puckers up a little bit. Like I hate it, but it's like it's emotional damage, from these random dogs.
I'm only worried about dogs when they say, "Hey, just watch out for that dog."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "All right,
Yeah.
can we put him away instead?"
It's always oh, don't worry, they won't bite. I'm like, they have teeth. They will bite.
They will 100% will bite. My little dog Harper. So funny story. I'll fill you guys in because I don't think I really filled you guys in on this. Like we've had something came. Basically, a mouse got in the house.
Okay.
And our cats.
Mm.
And so there has been an attempt to humanely save this mouse.
Okay.
Because she knew that the cats were coming. I was like, yeah, I said, our cats kill moles for shits and giggles. Like, that mouse is fucked. It's like, yeah. And she's like, so I ordered the humane trap. And, like, with the holidays, it's, like, not going to get here till, like, Saturday. Which was today. And we found this thing, like, on Wednesday. Yeah. Because yesterday all day, like, the cats had it cornered in the bedroom. And she's like, boy, and finally, then she was like, well, these things have diseases. We need to kind of, I hate to do it, we need to think about getting them out of here. And I'm just like, pretty sure the cat's going to get it. And I was like, well, the humane trap's coming tomorrow. And I'm downstairs working today, and I hear that all the kids claim Daddy, like something's going on, and it's like Carl got it.
Yeah, Carl.
Yeah,
Way to go, Carl.
he was hung. I watched that cat jump up on my counter today, and I was like, I ain't gonna say shit, bro. Enjoy your time. I was like, you earned your bowl, man. He said he was hungry. I put the heap in his pile of food on that bitch. I was so proud of that thing. He waited 2 days. It was funny. You'd go in the bedroom, and all 3 cats would be sitting up high, and their tails would just be wagging. I'm like, oh, the mouse must have just been seen. So it was cool.
Oh, the hunt begins.
Yeah, mistakes were made.
First time in 7 years that we've lived here that a mouse, we've had them in the garage, we've had them in the shed, but not one of them has ever been dumb enough to come in the house. I mean, my cats kill, like, they climb up in trees and kill baby birds and nests. Like, they're savages.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, they're Skunk and Carl killers. And Carl has no claws. He was declawed as a kitten.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what's so crazy about Carl, bro.
And he is like the killingest cat of all. I've watched this cat beat shit out of tomcats that have all the claws.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, and Carl's he beats that ass. Like,
Gangster.
he's just a savage, man. He plays football for Gamecocks. That's how bad. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
That's not saying much right now.
Wow, Johnsy.
I mean,
You don't
that
shit
was
on the man's team like that.
That was a joke, dude. Come on.
Kick a man right now.
Damon, you felt how like quick he was with that response. He'd been sitting on that one.
No,
Yeah,
it just came out, dude.
He
No,
thought about
what,
that since
if you guys don't know this about me, then you guys are my friends because my good comments just come boop. If I sit and think about it, then they usually don't get said because I try and like,
it out.
Yeah, and word it better. Like, oh, how could it be? And then I just go,
Damon,
okay, it's over now.
This is car salesman Johnsy you're talking to right now. He's trying to talk to himself.
Never sold a car in my life, so whatever.
No, you should have. You would have been good at it. Maybe that was your calling.
It takes someone to know one.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's the kettle calling it black.
Yeah. Well, I'm rubber and you're glue, so suck it.
Oh shoot!
Whatever I sell to him sells to you.
I've never heard that one.
I know.
I don't think it worked the way you really wanted it to.
Yeah, it did. Sorry, you have no sense of humor, and your humor sucks.
Wow. Whoa.
Now, you know what? I feel attacked.
Shots fired.
I'm firing back. If I'm getting attacked, I'm coming back with a haymaker with like the old 6-shooter.
Is it a true haymaker or is it a Tyson haymaker from the last fight?
No, like 90s Tyson.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say 90s Tyson.
I'm not doing anything like that, bro. You're putting
when
way
Jake Paul was still just
here we are. Too much Tony showed up again.
When Jake Paul was still just a speck of sperm in his daddy's left testicle.
So hey,
just a wee little lad.
Yeah, just a wee little lad. Shout out to his mom not spitting. We agree the world will be better.
Wow.
Me?
No, the Paul brothers.
He's okay.
I would never say that about you, ever.
I was like, man, that was really harsh. You're saying I'm throwing Tyson.
No, I would never. No, sir. Not my boys.
So here's a crazy one for you, Tony.
Like I said, you've been digging on it for a minute.
Oh boy.
Yeah, if it's cool. If you guys don't mind.
If we don't mind. Oh boy. That sounds like we should mind.
Go ahead and throw this in. A little mystery. The Crystal Palace. You ever heard of this place?
Nope. Hang on.
Here, let me pull that up. There we go.
No, I've heard of Crystal. Oh, you know what? Yes, there's still a football club called Crystal Palace FC.
Okay.
I think it's in the English Premier League.
Okay, so the Crystal Palace, right? It's a
Mhm.
building in London. So I want you to picture
Yes,
Pic-
it is.
picture everything that you know about 1850, 1851. Like California Gold Rush started in 1849, was or whatever was in its prime. Disease, barely we're building a railroad and stuff like that. Cowboy old west stuff, right?
Mhm.
So while everybody's living like that, this massive building was taken down and rebuilt and
Like
relocated.
how much that was cost? How much that would cost?
Right. Why are we doing stuff like that when we don't even know how to, when we're like fighting over gold everywhere? Like people were coming over from this place to look for gold in America to try and get rich. But yeah, we're taking down buildings like this and moving them, allegedly.
I don't know. You ever just think people were just more bored back then? It's had time to figure shit out.
While you're only living till like 40 or 50.
Yeah, but what else are you gonna do with your time? Like we sit on our phones and TV and all that. Like back then, you didn't really do much to your kids and your wife. You just wanted to shut one up and went to work. So like, what were you gonna do at work? Couldn't get distracted. There was no technology to distract you at work. So maybe you just had time to figure out how to deconstruct a building and reconstruct it piece by piece.
I guess.
Okay, we gotta think of the other sides of possibilities
Sure,
to make a
absolutely.
legitimate argument. I'm the pessimistic of the group here, so like I feel like it's my responsibility to poke as many holes as possible.
Scroll up a little bit, Johnson.
Yeah, Jonesy.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, too far. Come back now. Oh, right there. That's good.
Slender iron rods restraining walls of clear glass. I'm trying to see at.
Wow.
Okay, what are you looking at here, Dan?
No, the 990,000 square foot.
23 acres under the roof?
Yeah, floor area.
Sir, again, I tell you, why are we doing that in that
Why
time
that
period?
big? Yeah, why that big?
On the ground floor, the galleries, there were more than 8 miles of display tables.
What? Some 14,000 exhibitors. They built this for like one. That's the part that blows me away. It's like, because we're hearing about this. This lines up with what we talked about a couple weeks ago. Everybody go back and watch it if you're just not tuning in to this.
Bingo. I'm just
Yeah,
putting together the rest of the trail, baby.
And so, are you trying to tie this into the Tartarian?
Or whatever. Just the fact that something is afoot here. Something is amiss.
Colt's repeating the pistol. The Colt 45 was first displayed at this exhibit. Goodyear India rubber goods, so Goodyear tires, chewing tobacco, and McCormick's Reaper. I don't know what the hell that means. Oh, farm. That's a corn reaper, a wheat reaper. It was for grains. Okay. All right. So cool. This would have been
Whoa.
The American Colt was first released here. That's awesome. Or like shit on like the repeating pistol, the gun that changed the West.
And here's another cool thing. Ready? The Crystal Palace established the architectural standard for later international fairs. Remember the other international fair we were talking about?
Chicago World Trade Fair of 1908. It was pre-World War I. Then
Yeah.
conveniently, there was 2 world wars within about a 30-year stretch that distracted us from all of this stuff that was easily to make it go away.
Interesting. Right.
Jesus, I hate you guys. This is why I can't do this. I can't sit there and just let it go. I just sit there and I'm not going to call myself smart, but I'm smart enough to put together I'm a photographic memory dude, and not only with images, patterns. Like patterns. I notice patterns.
Eidetic. There's no such thing as photographic. It's eidetic.
What? You know what, Johnsy? Screw you, dude. Just let me have a damn term. Why? Why is that necessary? Just to establish knowledge?
No, man. So that people don't.
Tony.
No. I'm saving people from being able to fire back in the chat later.
No, they won't. They love me.
Yeah, he was getting some love last night.
Yeah. Your own brother.
Because actually, it was said in the comments last night. Tony's never wrong. So
that was from your brother.
Yeah,
allegedly.
No, it's not allegedly. There's receipts for that. There's no allegedly. There is literally.
We cleared up those receipts, though.
Yeah.
We cleared them up live on show. We did
receipts in your opinion, but it was not concrete. So
that also may be true. What he just said may also be true.
So there's Crystal Palace. It's Palace.
Palace.
Is Palace was that one too? I thought it was just like the Palace.
Palace.
Palace is Palace. I'm having like a weird
Palace. Palace.
I didn't think it was spelled like that. Anyway, there is still a football club that's in the English Premier League that's called Crystal Palace. So it's fascinating that these soccer clubs have been around since the 1800s. So let's see where they are based out. Now, where was that at? Okay. This is French. I'm sorry. This is French.
Maybe they moved it there.
No, this is England.
Yeah.
Contact us. Come on. Give me a. Okay, yeah, they're in London. It's in London at Selhurst Park. So was the original Crystal Palace in London?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's do a little deeper dive. When was Crystal Palace FC founded? 1905. Mm-hmm. When did this happen? 18 something, right?
What's that? Crystal Palace?
Yeah. When were those dates again? I forget them.
It's 1851.
Okay. So but Crystal Palace reopened in 1910, right?
It was taken down and rebuilt for 2 years, 1852 to 54. And then it survived until 1936.
And then Crystal Palace football team was formed in 1905.
And why was it?
Oh my God. Okay, hang on.
Why was it taken down?
Read all the fine print. Although formally created as a professional outfit in 1905, at the Crystal Palace Exhibition Building, the club's origins can be traced as far back as 1861. And the original playing field I'm looking at a photo here, has the Crystal Palace overlooking it. Oh, come on. I'll pull it up here if I can get it. Okay, here we go. This is kind of cool. I mean, since we're on a deep dive, I'm tying my sports into this. This is kind of fun. Set off like that sports into conspiracy.
Kind of made it not fun anymore.
Oh, whatever.
I'm just kidding.
So,
yep.
You ruined it.
Well, it's not. I thought that's the playing field. I'm sorry, but yeah. So the Crystal Palace Football Club that's still around, it was created because of the Crystal Palace. That's supposedly no longer talked about. It's like a secret clue hidden in plain sight.
Interesting, you put it like that.
It's like a.
Oh my gosh!
I feel like I'm Nicolas Cage stealing the Declaration of Independence.
It's interesting you say that. There's a couple lines in that movie.
There's some really good lines in that movie.
If you pay attention, there's some really good ones.
I should go back and rewatch it after hanging out with you for a couple years and all the things. I'd be like, oh, okay, there's a tie-in. But hey, any theory that Hollywood's in on, I don't want to be a part of.
Oh, no. See, what the whole scheme is they just tell you about it first, and then they make a joke of it so that it's not, it doesn't seem real when it's talked about in the news and stuff, and it just goes, whoop. Having said that,
after these messages, we'll be right back.
Sizes and styles of trowels and levels to stock self-manufactured cement products such as cement blocks, septic, and reservoir tanks. Stocker Concrete also offers cement truck delivery. Call Stocker Concrete 740-254-4626. Find them at 7574 US Route 36.
Well, no, it's pork. Pork.
Okay.
You can do regular pork. I mean, hey, I'll join the fort here. What are we doing here, Grubs?
Here's pineapple. Cheers, babe.
Hey, Peach.
I do have whiskey.
You got. What do you got? Wait, what kind of dude? You didn't pour. That's a bottle of whiskey. That is not a drink.
No, I mixed it.
With what? 3 blocks of ice in the bottle? Just drink from the bottle and shove some ice cubes down in it next time, man. Like, good lord.
Well, is that way I don't have to reach for a refill during the
Oh,
show?
everything's bigger in Texas, duh, including the whiskey pours. I'm such
Open it. Oh my god, really?
If the crime is low in your neighborhood, I probably won't go there. So I'm probably not allowed there. That's the difference.
I'm pretty sure I still got a record. I'm pretty sure I still got one.
Me either, Lee.
All right, tell your joke.
Why are chickens so funny?
Why?
Because
I hardly ever wear it. Oh, sorry, guys.
Oh, that's all right.
They coming after you? He's got the attack dogs out after him.
Yeah. Is that the feds raiding the place or what? looking for some classified documents in your house or what?
All I'm saying is, like, I'm not taking my wife to a game and proposing like that. Yeah, of course she would say yes. Obviously, she did.
Yeah.
But
if I met my wife
like,
in the movie lot and she she took a butt crack shot off me and we end up getting proposed, we're getting proposed in the Muni lot.
A butt crack shot in the. Okay, well, there it is.
That's love. I mean,
you heard it here first. You heard it here first. Butt crack shots in the Muni lot are real love, folks.
My favorite part is Chico just scoots back and goes,
like, wow.
Yeah, and it's hard. I was just going to say, and it's hard to believe that Chico Borman never came back on. Even though I love Chico because he gave me a moment when he got duped, and I had to go up on stage and do that segment with him.
Yeah.
And at the stadium on the jumbotron or like whatever, that was a cool thing.
Right.
That was
cool. Me and Johnson looked at each other like, where did this guy come from? But he's in his element.
Yeah, I went full radio mode right there, man. I did. And you know what's funny? I said on that show that day that Ryan Day is not the answer at Ohio State. And I stand by that statement 2 years later. So a lot of my takes that day aged fairly well, if I can throw it out there.
Mm-hmm.
I said you're going to lose to Michigan this year, and they did. I said you're going to want to fire Ryan Day, and they did. They didn't. They wanted to. I said he ain't that guy. So anyway, shout out to Chico Borman. That was fun. And I got to do it with my boys watching, man. It was cool. That was a fun day. That was the best trip when you guys came in. That was such a fun trip.
Mm-hmm.
We need to put ourselves in that space of there's so much of that to come in our future. It's just insane. We've done 2 trips and look at the memories. I mean, we did rubs on the last one. We went viral at Buck Toohey.
Mm-hmm.
We smuggled Johnsy, Euban, and some other dude. I forget his name. Was it Andy? Is that it?
Kenny. Ralph.
Shout out it for being the guy that mysteriously got smuggled in. But yeah.
Yeah, in the car with Mike from Blazing Star and Al Fragoni.
There's also irony that Al Fragoni smuggled white dudes into event. There's irony there. Interpret it for any way you want. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. But that was hilarious. And he was like, "Hey, nice to meet you in person. By the way, get in, boys. I'll actually meet you in an hour. Have fun." All right, Dave, we got to go. And then I'm just like, "Euban, give me your keys." He's like, "What?" And apparently, homeboy had
oh my gosh, dude,
anxiety about that because he likes to be in control of a lot of things. And the fact that some random dude that he basically is only known for a day in person that he just met that morning, really, had his F-150 driving around Kansas City on a sure hey, get in the back of that Wrangler and hide. Give me your keys. He's like, and then we go meet Grubbs and he pulls up in his BMW, dude. And we're like, "How'd you get this?" He's like, "Traded a pack of sausage, gave me an upgrade."
Straight baller mode.
Man,
Grubbs, dude, what a legend!
That's
100% legend.
What a legend!
I think I can hang out with Grubbs every day. I would love to work with a guy like Grubbs. He would be that coworker that you would just fucking love.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's the dude that just shows up. And he's always laughing, never has a bad day in his life. Just fuck it.
Right.
You've all worked with that guy, and Grubbs is that guy, but we got that in our friend zone. So it's hell yeah, we got that guy outside of work. But yeah, I can't wait for us to just show up at his house. I have his address.
Oh God.
It's gonna be "Hey, we're gonna make sausage. Let's do this."
Well, your phone was off for 3 days. We tried to get you.
I got his house phone. I got all the contact. I got everything but Morse code for Grubbs. Grubbs is the OG. I've known Grubbs longer than I've had him on shows before you guys did.
Yeah.
But yeah, Grubbs has been such an amazing person to have.
Yeah, for sure.
Small world, man. Crazy small world, great world we live in. Get to hang out with people like that, and then when they're as cool as they are, it's just
absolutely.
That's one thing that's been really cool. Is hasn't been a letdown.
Yeah, I hadn't found one. No, man. Oh shit! I was gonna say, come on, Tony, bring it back in. Oh, just my experiences that I've had, just last year's experiences. Just that, I don't know. big things are coming. I'm super excited. We've only got to do a small amount of things, and we've already got to experience this much. So, like, I just see those experiences getting bigger as we go, and it's just going to be. It's fun to. It's like buying a lottery ticket,
Right?
Except we're actually going to cash in on our lottery ticket, but it's fun to fantasize about what you do with that ticket.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're at the point where it's like those tickets starting to cash. Sorry, I had a burp gas.
Yeah,
And this thing going on there. I'm good now, but
I was gonna say I don't know what you got going on there.
I was going through the ringer there internally for a second. I want everybody to know.
I didn't know what to do. You were in the middle of a monologue, but you looked like you were in pain. I didn't know.
Don't let this on fire, burn my friend.
I didn't even know if we need to make an extra phone call. And
Right.
Text Alyssa.
Yeah. Like he's choking, but he won't stop the monologue.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go down.
Choking on air. Help your front. Damn it, I'm still swearing, man. This is my pour of the year, 2024.
Which one is that?
The Indiana Straight Bourbon Whiskey from Starlight, Private Barrel.
Okay.
The one that was so good, I went down to the store. They had one bottle left, and I was like, that's probably from the same barrel. So I want that one too.
Nice.
It's in my travels, I think, to Southern Indiana. Definitely don't do destination there. Definitely don't do destination there. Oh, man.
That would be fun.
There'll be a lot of fun places.
Mm.
Yeah, they're in Borden, Indiana. I forget where Borden, Indiana's at. I know it's like in the southeast corner. I gotta look.
Oh, Borden.
Borden, Indiana. It's a 5-hour drive. It's a 5-hour drive. Okay. It's just north of Louisville across the border. Where the hell is the state line at? Oh, right there. Wait, is that it?
Sorry for the.
Yeah, I have it. Again, once again, up against.
We're from the MapQuest days. Forgive us.
Okay, yeah, it's just.
Damn it.
Okay, I don't see where it's at.
MapQuest.
It's literally.
Have to print out directions and shit.
Crazy, bro. I remember traveling back in the day, and Granddad would bust out a whole atlas, bro. I mean,
yeah, the books, dude, like the Thomas guides.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'd run the roads from Florida to South Carolina, back and forth off of Atlas.
Off the map. Yep. Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. Yeah. It's 53 minutes from like one of my accounts. Definitely going to Starlight.
There you go.
But I'm not going unless I got some Tony Dollars.
Well, you got plenty of that, man.
Oh, boy. $20 is coming out.
You got plenty, bro. You do $10 meals. You got plenty, bro.
Yeah.
That's what, you know what? I want to talk about that real quick. Everyone's like, you don't, well, no, don't put me on big screen. It's not.
I
like
was
that.
already.
I knew where you were going. I'm like, not going. No. But like,
dude, you
people
literally
like still like they're like, oh, like, but you probably like, you're doing better than $8 and $10. It's like, but how much money am I saving that I could put back toward other things in my other budgets? Like, it's still an overall monthly budget. So like, if you're eating good with cheap food, that's a skill because that keeps you from overpaying for ingredients you don't need. Like, not buying stocks, not buying use harvest your own beef tallow, grow your own herbs. You know what I mean? Like, using seasoning.
Yeah.
So it's like,
That's
I'm
important.
still, even though I don't have to eat like that, eating like that puts literally $100 to $200 a month in other areas, which is water bill and gas bill combined. And sometimes that's the internet bill. Internet's freaking expensive. So I don't understand what everyone's like. People just want to hate, but I want you to understand. It's still a skill set to be able to cook good food cheap because it just frees up money. And that's one thing that you can actually do to save money every month is cook good, cheap food. Anyway, sorry, but not really.
I wish I could grow everything that I eat.
Yeah, that would be great.
Like the beef, the pork, the this, the that, everything that I eat.
The guy that you'll see in TDN Outdoors, Rooster, the video we did this year just was a terrible day of fishing, and we didn't post it. But that guy literally shoots he goes to 5 states a year to kill deer. The one that just did the pike spearing trip that I still didn't send you photos of. Yep. You're now the guy. I realized I had a conversation with somebody else. You're that guy. But dude, he literally is the most self-sustaining individual I've ever met, and it's literally inspiring to watch him.
Yeah, dude.
He's almost 60 years old, and he looks like he's 43. I swear.
Right. I'm telling you, dude.
Just wears his little earpiece with his cell phone, walks around, doesn't even keep the cell phone, he's head up, straightforward at all times in life, talks and works and walks. I mean, I hang around that dude, and it's I need to hang around that dude more. You guys will see him on TDN Outdoors, everybody watching. But yeah, this guy, I was like, what do you do with that much venison? He goes, we eat it.
Yeah.
He goes, you don't understand. He goes, we eat venison out of the 20-something meals you have a week.
Yeah.
They're probably on venison 15 to 20 of them.
I know several people do that.
Yeah. And fish, he cleans everything. He fishes for what he plans to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the good deep fryer like everybody else, but he also does broiled. He does fish and venison. That's the diet. And the guy looks like he's 20 years younger than his age. It makes you almost sad. God, it's that easy. I get tired of eating the same thing over and over, though. Do you guys get like that?
That's why we got to get to the spot where we all raise our own beef and pork and chicken and then hunt also.
Right.
Because if you're doing all of it, then you only need to kill 1 cow a year.
Well, honestly, if you're around here,
I mean, yeah, you're only going to get 2 tri-tips. You're only going to get 2 steps of ribs and this and that, but
there's enough variety around here. We don't even have to do livestock. We have a rabbit season, which you can kill 6 a day. So if you really wanted to, you can go out and on one day you can get 6 rabbit and 6 squirrel. Each day you can put 12 items of meat into it.
I like rabbit.
Oh, rabbit's delicious.
Yeah.
Just saying and then you could go fishing, and then you got turkey, you got dove, and then you got duck, you got goose, then you got there's even wild boars in southern Ohio. You know what I mean? They can get they're starting to work their way up here. So in a few years, there's going to be herds of. Well, I don't know. I don't see them working their whole way up here because it's an invasive species, and there's a lot of people in Ohio that have guns that don't like the idea of having wild hogs running around. So I don't see that idea happening anytime soon because they've been finding them.
Texas has guns and does not like the idea either.
I know, it's just crazy. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. It's valid. I take back immediately what I said off that point right there. Actually, that's how good that point was. But
I wasn't trying to take a jab at Ohio or nothing. I'm just
you can still.
They mow them down out of helicopters and hot air balloons, and they still
to do because they say my coworker.
Yeah, they've learned to listen for choppers.
Yeah, he said
kids are not stupid, folks.
Yeah.
Nope.
They're smarter than most dog breeds.
Yeah, they're probably smarter than deer because deer are actually really stupid.
In certain ways, yes.
Well, no,
to a degree.
deer, they say the average response time of a deer for getting is like 20 seconds that you shot at it. That's why you just like, if they catch you, just like lock up and like in like 30 seconds, they'll get tired of like, they'll be like, what was looking at? Like, oh yeah, I'm going back to eating grass. Yeah.
Squirrel.
Yeah, they are the true ADHD animal. That's funny.
That's awesome.
But anyway, yeah, I'm trying to think of like what other variety. But I'm saying like you could have
You
like
guys have bear season there? Is there bear there?
if they are, it makes like news of the papers. Yeah, there's very like people freak out. There's like every once in a while you've seen black bear on a year of a drought. They'll come off the hills and come down into the cities looking for like some water and stuff.
Yeah, but can you hunt them?
No.
What?
No, they're very protected in Ohio. There's no bear season. It's not an invasive species, so
Can you go? It doesn't. They're not invasive here in California either.
Well, then there's something in the bylaws that says you're not allowed to kill bear in Ohio. It's
no, that's fine. They just decided that.
It's definitely a no. Like you can't.
Now hold on.
You'd have to be able to prove that it was trying to kill you.
Can you hunt a bear out of state and bring it into Ohio?
Yeah. Like dead. Yes.
Okay. Because now listen, if you go out of state and legally hunt a mountain lion, you can in California, you can bring the meat back only. Cannot bring the carcass at all to do taxidermy, nothing. That's how much of princesses they are here.
Dude, it's hard to believe that you want to get out of there.
Dude, there's literally like tons of video footage of mountain lions, solitary creatures in like packs of 5, 6, and 7, bro. It looks like there's literally mountain lion herds.
I tell you, there's one kind of hunting I have no interest in ever doing. It's watching the dogs hunt the mountain lions. Dude, the dogs get beat the hell up. The mountain lion dies like a terrible death. Like, I don't know, man. It's not something. I don't even want to go bear hunting. I don't want to go bear hunting.
Oh,
Black
yeah,
bear,
I do.
At least black bear, like they are like, I don't know, man. They look like a teddy bear. I don't know. It's like I've had bear meat. It doesn't really do it for me. So I would have no desire to. Now, trust me, while out in the wilderness and things are getting real,
you got to get them off a berry patch.
Well, yeah, you don't eat them off. Yeah, I know you're not. They taste like what they eat. I've been told that, but to me, it wasn't. Still, and it was good bear. It was a guy that was off a guy got it out in the woods, on a trail and harvested it that way. But
where's the nearest elk to you?
3 hours over close to where I work with that credit union I did that video with, Timberland. If you go like 45 minutes north of DuBois, there's a town called Force. And that's where you go up there in the rut. They're just running down the road, just going nuts, bugling in the valley and stuff.
Oh, gosh,
it's
dude.
the largest in West Virginia, southern West Virginia, my old stomping grounds. Elk herds actually naturally came up from Kentucky. They had them a bunch of them in Kentucky, and a few herds migrated up. So then they're like, well, since they're thriving here, they reclaimed some mine land that was like unpaid taxes or whatever. And then they brought in like a bunch from New Mexico and Colorado and Wyoming and a few more up from Kentucky. So now West Virginia's got like, it's growing every year, but I think it was like 11 active herds in southern West Virginia, just north of in the coal fields, mountains in the coal fields. So
that's where we go.
They were originally native to Ohio, the eastern elk, and it was the largest breed of elk species there was, and then they got wiped out. So the ones they're bringing back in, they're not native. They'll never get as big as the original. But I do think, I don't know if you guys know how deer antler growth works. It's all like in the dirt. They eat dirt, which is the mineral which makes the antlers grow. In Ohio, there's very fertile soil, so that's why our deer tend to be a little bit bigger than down in West Virginia, where it's like the side of a mountain, where there's not as much nutrients in the soil. That's why they're smaller. Pennsylvania, in the mountains. Illinois, huge fertile soil. Midwest, out in the growing fields. Iowa, Kansas, huge deer, good soil. So I think if you incorporated the elk, they would naturally adapt to the fertility of the soil and then grow large over time as well.
Yeah, that would make sense.
They reincorporated buffalo in western Indiana, actually, in the prairies. So now there's wild buffalo running around Indiana again. That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, and it's going to be like a.
I would love to hunt a bison.
So they'll do like a lottery here in a few years, where you can go out and they'll let like so many be harvested every year to regulate.
Yeah, I wish I could hunt a bison because I know it's good. I've had it several times.
Yeah, bison. Now I'll do some things for a bison hunt.
I've heard you could go hunt. I've heard you could go hunt wild cattle in Texas. Like they have herds that are just out there. Like there's wild horses.
Me not Googling.
Imagine that. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that would be wild.
Yes, you can hunt wild cattle in Texas, but there are some restrictions. Let's go. All right. Watusi cattle, also known as the Ankole Longhorn cattle. These exotic game can be hunted year-round in Texas. They're known for their distinctive horns, which can grow to be over 12 feet long.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Gaur, G-A-U-R, Gaur. While it's illegal to hunt 100% pure Gaurs due to federal laws, hybrids are available for hunting at some Texas locations. They are the world's largest wild cattle species and are native to South and Southeast Asia.
Wow.
Okay, so cost of a
yeah, because I want to do that so bad. But if it came down to where I could only do one ultimate hunt trip, it would be in Alaska to bow hunt for a moose and a bear. Period.
Oh my God. The lowest is 2,400, but the highest is 20,000.
Jeez.
So,
Am I
okay.
shooting with a Wagyu cow?
A Texas Hunt Lodge. This one doesn't sound like if you have the FU money like that, a Watusi trophy fee of $3,500 to $7,500 plus $400 all day inclusive hunt package. I'm all in on the $400 per day if they're going to take care of literally food, drinks, whatever, because I want to get my money's worth. That's on you. If you name the price, I'm going to work my way up to that level.
Well, you got to see what that package includes, though.
I know. Well, the $3,500 to $7,500. Normally, how that works is it's how big of a bull, and they charge you per inch. Like up here, they have those fenced-in deer antler.
Right.
And they charge you per square inch of the score. So if you go and kill like the biggest bull out there, they're like, yeah, you can go kill the biggest one, but you're going to, instead of paying $3,500, you're paying $7,500 for it.
Right.
Gotcha.
You're just like, you know what? I'm cool with just killing like a regular 2,000-pound animal. You know?
I just want one that looks good enough. That's like, tell me which one. Like, oh, that one's got a little bit of good fat on it. Like that's what I want. I don't care what it looks like, trophy status.
Yeah.
Damon, what's your dream hunt, brother?
It's always back in the day, it was when I was actually deer hunting, it was a elk hunt. But now I just want to go hunt snow geese.
Dude, it's old. I've done it. Unbelievable way to get out of aggression. You have no hate left in your heart after a good day of goose hunting, snow goose hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, up in
bellies and stuff.
One day we killed 150 in one day.
Yeah. In they broke the California record 190 in like 2 hours. They just swarm like, dude, at the time up there, like up above Sacramento and the rice fields and stuff, dude. I mean, you can't.
I just want to see the duck nados.
You can hold your finger out as far away from you to make it as small as possible, and you can't. The tip of your finger can't touch any part of the sky without touching at least 3 or 4 geese in the sky on millions of them.
They tell you about it, you prepare for it, and then you see it, and then you're just like, there's nothing that can prepare you for that.
Like, there's a reason people fly all over the world to hunt the
You
Pacific
feel like
Flyway
you're
right here.
It literally felt like I was watching a National Geographic video of like some epic, like an IMAX theater version, because it was so like unrealistic with how many birds were in the air. You're just like, I'm watching a movie right now, because the sun literally blacked out a couple times that day.
Yeah. And over here, I don't know what the limit is over there. Over here, you can shoot 35 geese a day.
In Arkansas, you go down to Jonesboro, Arkansas, it's as many as your heart desires. And you can do extended tubes, so you can bring your semi-automatic with like 15 ready to rock and roll. And like the rule is, when there's big gobs, because your camo is like a white hazmat suit, and you lay out in like a lawn chair, and you literally put as many like socks over you, so where you're like kind of covered in like a bunch of like snow geese socks, they call them. And then the rule is you got to let the first ones actually land.
Yep, they gotta land.
And then there's a progression. You start, the guy will literally just like
hammer down
in a very grotesque way. The guy that we killed 150 that day, his thing was kill all them motherfuckers.
Yeah, we always say cut them.
And that meant go time, man. That meant go time. And it was like you started high.
Yep.
And then you went low. And then you went for the ones in the middle, because they were the ones
they're still going like this.
They're like trying to like reverse from going down to going up. So they kind of freeze in time for like 5 seconds. And then you got 10 dudes with 15 rounds. It's like Mario Brothers Duck Hunter, bro. It's like you see them drop it. It was, yeah. And then you like, but if you're into like eating goose, in my opinion, they stunk terribly.
See, that freaks me out about hunting over there, because it is not like that here.
Well, down in Arkansas, that's different. I mean, it's not the most, and I don't mean our Kansas folks watching, no disrespect, but it's not the nicest of terrains that you'll ever come across.
See, like the geese, we'll
diamonds there, because there's diamonds in the rough.
when we have the time to do it, and the dude network outdoors is flying off, we'll make a trip out here to the Pacific Flyway.
I do want to
up in the rice fields and stuff up in
ducks here are delicious. I've had tons of duck. Mergansers suck because they eat a lot of like minnows and stuff, and shad.
They're real fishy. If you soak them overnight, like for a while, they come out pretty okay.
Yeah, it's like anything else gamey, you know. But yeah, I'm saying like mallards and ringnecks actually delicious.
Teal's my favorite, dude. Oh my god!
Never got to have teal, but
what?
Well,
you guys don't get teal.
That's why I remember I told you we have that super.
Oh my
season.
god, dude!
They're the first ones to go south. Them and the woodies. That's why we have geese early season with woody teal season. That's the only time you can get woodies, because they leave like.
What's your guys' confidence ducks there?
What do you mean confidence?
Like
coots.
We have these, yeah, we have coots.
Yeah,
they look like little web, like leaf feet.
Yeah. You're not supposed to shoot those.
Oh, you can murder coots here. There's so many.
If you'll want to, they're little diver bastards. You hate
no, you want coots around.
You want them around
because coots are like the scaredy cats of the water.
No.
Like I have a buddy who will take like 3 mallard decoys out and like 10 coot decoys.
Yeah.
Because anything will land if coots are down.
We ended up buying a bunch of them too.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know what you mean by like if you have them in.
It's a confidence duck because it gives other ducks confidence in the area.
Then yeah, we have coots.
Herons the same way.
Yeah, blue herons won't be around.
Blue herons the same way.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. It's kind of like when you're out hunting. Best decoy is a live doe out there eating in front of you.
Right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially during rut. Yep. I think we literally covered. This has been the most Dude Network show of all time because we went all the bases. And then so I think we hit the grand slam. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, we covered Forgotten About Queen, the Crystal Palace, the cost of a Doozy cow hunt. I don't know, Johnsy, so did you say what your dream hunt was?
My ultimate dream is bow hunt coastal brown bear in Alaska, the big old grizzlies, and a moose up there with my bow. That's the ultimate dream. Bro, if
I don't know, hey man, well, I might not join you on that hunt. I want you.
You have to at least be with me.
Don't do that to me, Ricky Bobby. I don't want to be that close. Like
you guys can carry the guns in the group.
Oh,
you guys can be
AR 30-round clips is what I'm with.
AR? Hell no. I don't want nothing like that.
We won't clip. That part will be omitted from the documentary. But yeah, homeboy.
No, not me. I want a Desert Eagle 45, something that's going to go through the skull.
Yeah, big caliber, big caliber.
A little Rittenhouse up there running around with us.
Ooh,
should not have done that. But that's what you get the picture. That's what I'm going to look like. John, I'm going to be the strapped up shorty in that situation. I guarantee I'll have more guns than Damon in that situation.
Probably.
I'll look like Boondock Saints running around that boat.
Dude, you have to be there. You got to be filming going, dude, I don't know how my fucking friend dragged me all the way up here to do this stupid ass shit. We're going to get eaten by a fucking bear. It'll be the greatest commentary ever, dude.
But it's all filmed like the Blair Witch style. Like it's all like
like right here. He's like, oh shit, does it see us? Does it see us?
What are you guys doing to me, man? Like, I swear you guys don't even like me.
What's your dream hunt?
Actually, it was it'd be like elk is like up there, but the ultimate, I want to one time kill a moose, like a monster.
Yeah, me too. And the biggest ones are the ones up in Alaska. That's why I want to do that.
Or
I just want to do it with my bow, so it's like you have to get closer. Everything has to be perfect.
I want one big moose hunt because one moose will give you like a year's worth of. I mean, it's like bigger than most beef cattle. If you're shooting that big, I mean, it's so much meat you wouldn't even know what to do. And I've had moose before. It's delicious.
Moose is good, yeah.
Yeah. I would put that up there for big game dream hunt, small game dream hunt, cypress tree duck hunt, Louisiana.
Ooh,
that's like for small game. That would be pretty cool. Where you're sitting like literally in the middle, and there's just like the ducks,
hundreds,
like Duck Commander. You know, like kind of how they hunt them cypress trees, like in the swamp.
Yeah, but I won't. I'm not getting in the water.
No. But you know what I mean? Like,
no, I ain't getting in the water. And those.
If there's one thing you don't know, if you haven't figured out, like, I don't like taking myself out of the control factor situation.
Bingo.
I'm perfectly cool staying on land. I went on a couple Gulf Coast, off coast, and it's just in the back of my head, I was like, what if this boat fucks up? Like the whole time. Like, so I'm not like Lake Erie. Like, I like to go walleye fishing because you normally can see the shoreline the whole time, or you're around a whole bunch of other boats.
See, that's why I was cool with fishing in the bay, in San Francisco Bay for sharks. But like these whole guys are like, oh yeah, this really awesome boat trip. They take you like 5 miles out. Like, no.
I'll do the
dude.
Okay, what about fishing trip? Dream fishing trip.
Alaska for the salmon fishing and the halibut, dude. You pull out hundreds of pounds of halibut, bro.
The halibut would be,
and that's the best fish. That's like one of the best fish.
I've watched all kinds of fishing videos up there. I want to give you a different answer just to throw some different ideas out there. But dude, on a good day of halibut, when they're just banging them in left and right,
And
like
that's
it's
freezing cold water, dude. Oh my god.
and it's freezing cold salt water.
Right.
Yeah, like
They're already brined.
they're already brined.
I've had it. Like my brother-in-law and a couple of friends have gone up and
Aim's
done it.
already submitting podcast. What were you saying, John? Yeah, sorry, I was like, I get an email.
No, I'm just saying I've had that. Like not
Yeah,
fresh
like,
right
Jesus
there,
Christ.
but like guys, my brother-in-law went up, and some friends have gone up, and I've gotten halibut back, and they've like, hey, here's a couple steaks, and
Yeah. So for a sport, I've already got to do a couple cool things in this fishing world. I got to go like on an airboat bass fishing trip.
that's sick.
That was really sick.
Now bass fishing, I consider
wanna
totally
go-
different. By the
I
way,
want to go catch a big tarpon.
yeah,
And
yeah.
what I want to do is that I have
Tuna.
access to do is that, well, at least I know people that can, is they can get me there, is just walk the Montana rivers. And there's like apparently Montana trout fishing. Like,
Oh yeah,
there's like restricted section. We're not even allowed to even like think about throwing a fly rod in, because there's like the bull salmon up there, and they say just walking up and you can see them. Or there's just like look like salmon, but they're protected because they're like endangered. They only exist in a few parts of the rivers, so you're not even allowed to, like, if the game warden will hike in the mountains and watch.
Oh, yeah.
Like if they even see you like throw like boop boop, you're not even supposed to be down here, like big time fine. Like waterfowl, like not federally regulated but strictly regulated.
I got you.
And but you can catch certain kind of trout only in certain rivers in Montana. But my ultimate trout I want to catch is in Northern California, the native golden trout. It's only available to be caught
here.
Over here we have the hybrid goldens, which it's like a weird brown trout that gets like really big.
Yeah.
But and those have been cool to catch in ponds because you see them like rise up from the bottom. You see these like big gold things surface and they hit your bait. Like, so it's like a cool thing to see. But the only native golden trout are in Northern California.
There's a new one now. A lake up here, Lake Amador. They have a big trout farm there, and they I forget what it is, like how they got it, but it's called the lightning trout.
Oh, I've heard of this. I've heard of it.
They're crazy bright looking.
Yeah, I wanted to catch. I mean, trout. I've caught trout in Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Michigan so far. So I've caught trout in 4 states, and I think that's pretty cool. I would like to. It's like just organically happened. So I would like to expand that number. Damon, what's your? I know you got to do some really cool fishing stuff yourself, Damon.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious on what you would think is your dream fishing adventure.
Just for S&Gs about it, them the live groupers.
Not allowed to.
Well,
you can still catch them. You just can't take them.
Oh yeah.
I have. Can I say something? I don't know if this is.
You already have.
Yeah. I did not do it. I did not cook it. Okay. This is what I'll tell the true story of what happened. A homeboy had a girlfriend from Miami, and don't worry, like, I'll tell you you're married. Like, she knows about this story. She knows about the ex. It's a very open thing. Anyway, just want to get that out of the way in case anybody's wondering at home. Hopefully you're not. But like, I went down there one summer.
Yeah, now everybody's wondering.
Well, it's not a big deal. I mean, sorry. Everyone's like, why would you talk about your exes? Like, I mean,
our lives.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. I didn't say anything bad. Stop it. Damon, go back to facial expressions. So anyway, I went down there. And she was like, "Hey, my brother's got back in from a fishing trip. I want to go over and see what he caught." And I was like, "All right, cool." I go over here. He was spear fishing. He was like underneath, like spear fishing and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had this one grouper, and it was like this big. I was like, "Man, that's a really big fish." And he's like, and everyone like looked at me like, "You're not like, don't talk about that fish." And I was like, "I'm sorry." And then the next dad was like, "I can't believe you fucking killed that fish." And then I was like, "Okay." Like I was like, finally got back. I was like, "Why?" And then like he gives his dad, like her dad, like takes a slab of this fish home. So he's blowing it up that night, and we're eating it, and he's like, "Yeah, I could have kicked his ass for killing that Jew fish." That's what he called it.
Yep.
And I was like, "What's that?" He's like, "Oh, it's glad you're not supposed to." I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, me, it wasn't a big deal, but now older, I'm just like, "Oh, that was a really big deal."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I can say I unknowingly ate Goliath grouper. It was delicious.
Oh, grouper's amazing.
It was so big and fatty because it was such a big fish. Like and he just cooked it in butter and garlic, and it was like literally you just took chunks out because it was literally like a slab. That he had this. I didn't know any different. I didn't know. So yeah, I could say I had it. It was delicious.
Here we go. Speaking of delicious, what was that? An adult roll up, Johnson?
Yeah, what are you doing?
It's like a fruit roll up.
Fruit jerky?
Yeah, fruit jerky.
Alyssa's made that before. It's delicious. But yeah, he's up there just nonchalant eating black tar paper.
Yeah, I was like,
sour cherry flavor.
But we did latch up to a Goliath grouper on that. I did on a deep sea trip before I even started doing content. It was before I was even, me and Alyssa were still engaged. We went out on an off-coast fishing trip out in the Gulf, and it was like in rough waters that day.
No.
Only one boat took us out, and it was like a 40-footer. I did not throw up, but I wanted to. I was just praying to God I just started to throw up. That's the point I was at. But then we started catching fish, and it kind of went away after a couple hours. But we were like 30 miles off coast. But we limited 30 miles. It was It was a 50-minute boat ride, and the captain the whole time was like, "Oh shit, big wave!" Like, and I'm saying,
no.
The thing was,
sounds like Gilligan's Island coming up.
We did like a round trip to Florida for this. We went down early, like at 4:00 in the morning, stopped and played golf out of way, got our destination in Florida like late that night. Went longshore fishing that next morning, and then stopped and played golf on the way back home in North Florida again. And it was either we drove all the way down there for that. It was either we drove all the way down here and spent all this money for nothing, or we go out in this 40-footer and figure it out. And we did, but we maxed out on our redfish. We limited out. And we were on this big boat wreck, and he just hooked one of them. The captain hooked one of them things up, and that might not even be allowed. Hell if I know. I'm just going to say it was. I don't know if you're allowed to use redfish as bait or not. But I remember he had this short rod that was like 4.5 foot long, and the wire was like this. And the hook was like Captain Hook. And we latched onto one. And dude, with all that equipment I just said, it went and wrapped itself around the boat wreck, and we never got it up. But I got to feel that thing, and there's just no stopping it at that size. Like when they're down there, they're like you have to like crank it. But those things are literally like 500 pounds. Some of them big stuff. And not that big, but a couple hundred. You know what I mean? Like you're not just dead weighting that thing in its natural habitat. That's full of energy. Like, it's not happening. So yeah, but Damon, I'm with you, dude. The Goliath grouper would be cool. I just don't know if I want to go that far offshore to get one.
You ain't got to go that far.
See,
You don't?
yeah, not for grouper, no.
No.
We'll say that dude spearfished one, so he couldn't have been too far off the shore.
They're catching them up under the bridges and stuff, off the pylons. Yeah.
You're right. Down in the piers and stuff. Hell yeah.
See, I've always wanted to go catch a huge tuna, but
dude,
you got to go out for tuna.
Do that to me, man. Because you think about it. You get one of them big 300-pound tunas, you're eating some of the freshest, most delicious tuna steaks.
Bro, listen to me. If you catch
and I don't know how much you guys like tuna steak. I can eat tuna steak about 5
no, that kind of tuna I love.
Oh.
Listen, you catch a big enough tuna and you take enough meat home and sell enough that you just paid for the trip.
Yeah. I know, but yeah, out in Gloucester.
Yep.
Cost of a
like I've heard of I know a guy who went and the guy asked him, he's all look, bro, he's like, this is a really good tuna. Can we sell this? And we'll just give you guys basically got a free trip. And they're like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, for sure. Still got the memories.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, I just want to catch fresh tuna. I don't care if it's just like a 5-pounder. Like, just give me some fresh tuna fillets for the night.
Oh, you can rip smaller guys, but dude, I want to catch one that like we're take turns trying to reel this bastard in. That's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's $3,000 plus gas burned.
Wow.
Oof.
So that's when you just go out with a couple dudes and you just, because I'm sure, like, you might have to take turns reeling that fucker in. You know what I mean? Like, so that's when you just like you all pony up $1,000. Probably all pony up like $1,500 to say you're all like. I would do that experience for $1,500.
Yeah,
I could do that, but it's also not guaranteed you get a fish though either.
But here's the other thing, and
you think going out getting fish every day.
And how far out are we going? Because that also limits what I am comfortable doing.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Johnsy.
No, look here, because here's the deal. Yes, I understand. I understand that 99.99% chance everything's going to be fine. But if anything happens and the boat goes down, dude, listen to me. No, it's not an option, bro. I will kill myself. I will kill myself rather than just sit out there in the open water. I will take my own life so I don't have to deal with that trauma. I'm dead ass serious.
All right. Tuna's not going to happen, David.
Well, I'll go buy a couple cans.
Shark Weeks.
What we'll do is we'll meet the guys as they come off the boat and we'll say, we'll pay $1 more a pound for whatever more they give you, and just take that bitch.
I was gonna say, shoot, some of them things go for several $100 a pound.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Some of them things.
Bro, some of them fish they pay like $8,000 for.
Yeah.
Jesus. I want to shout out.
I've seen them sold higher than like above $10,000 several times.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know there's some. I know salmon's getting up there, dude. Price of salmon is just like out of control. I don't know what it is. What's price of salmon? If you wanted a whole side of salmon in California, how much is it right now?
It's probably like $40-$50.
Yeah, same here, man. That's ridiculous, bro. I remember that used to be. I remember, like, even during COVID, Walmart every once in a while would have that yellow sticker. They'd have a whole side like marked down for like $15 or some shit, and I was like, "Hell yeah!" I remember,
$15, little man. Put that shit in my hand.
Yeah.
If you don't, then you owe me, yo.
Dude, I remember like getting salmon.
Love.
Salmon is just out of fucking control. But with that being said, I also work in the where you can do the salmon run up there. So I could go up there for like a 3-day trip and I could bring home 15 whole salmon.
Right, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, what you do is we all spend like $1,500, go up to Alaska, and come home with hundreds of pounds of halibut.
Oh, we're driving. Hey, if we ever do that Alaska trip, we are driving so we can just get it all back home.
Okay, we'll fly there and drive. Oh no, we couldn't do that.
You want to pay that one-way rental fee from
No
Alaska?
way. No way.
That costs more than the damn salmon.
You might as well just shop at home then.
Well, I'm just saying, if we ever do the Alaska trip, that's like the epic documentary. That's the one where it's like we prepare for months in advance or maybe even years in advance. Like, that's a 2-week trip. Like, a week on the traveling, and then, well, you can always like UPS it back home overnight. It would be
they have all kinds of stuff for that in Alaska because it's so far away. It's not like there's any states next to it. In fact, I think some of that's all part of the package.
Yeah. Well, I just want to go out in Alaska where I want to do caribou.
I want to do caribou, bro. I want to go hunt sitka blacktail up there. I want to do it all.
Well, in Montana is another good option because it's about as close.
I want to go hunting in Montana too.
You can do antelope, you could do mule deer, blacktail, whitetail, and elk in Montana.
Yes.
You get it's like Montana. I want to say you get all 5 like venison species in it.
But I want the big ones. I want a moose out of Alaska.
Well, they also have moose up there too. But yeah, I don't know what you get in northern Montana. You might get some monsters.
Oh, my buddy shot a monster in Maine.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Maine. Oh, northeast up there, their fishing adventures excursions suck.
They're a different breed of moose.
Yeah. Well, it's like the elk. They were called the eastern elk. They were these.
And like you talking about not wanting to go on a bear hunting trip where we like all have guns and are protected and everybody knows what they're doing because it's guided. And you're talking about you just want to go walk the streams of Montana, which like literally everybody who lives in Montana has had at least one grizzly encounter in their life.
Yeah, it's true. It's good.
Don't tell them, though. Don't tell them.
Yeah, I know. I've thought about it though. Actually, I thought about
like in Montana.
No joke. A grizzly up the riverbank, where I could like, hey, I don't want to go up that way. There's a grizzly there. Like, oh, it'll be fine. Like, no, it's not.
Yeah, fun. But then it's like, oh, I smell the fish this guy's taking out. Mm-hmm. That's easy. I'm gonna go steal his because he looks smaller than me.
That bear can have that fish.
Nah, I'm pulling out a side cannon.
He can have
shooting right in front of his ass.
If the judge wouldn't work with the 410/45 long Colt, which is a badass gun I've got to shoot. Yeah, I would throw it a fish. But here you go, one out. Take it.
Geez, man.
There's a reason you don't feed the bears, Tony.
That's right.
Yeah, for my own fucking livelihood. Yeah, whatever. Sorry, I'm not going to be like the guy in the salmon commercial that's boxing the bear and giving him the high kicks.
Bro, if that bear keeps coming at me, then I'm going to shoot him in the head.
Shoot him in the head. I got to pee. So are we going or are we going to wrap it up?
No, we need to wrap this up.
Yeah,
this is way too fun.
Yeah.
This is going to be the longest Saturday show ever.
I know, ever. It's a minute 40. Jesus Christ, hour 43. You're welcome, everybody, for welcoming to our brains.
That's right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch you tomorrow for another foodie show. Me and Damon rounding out this beautiful TDN weekend that's here every week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. While Tony bounces away, here we go, folks.